Hello everyone, welcome you all to the next session on integers. Here we are going to discuss properties of multiplication of integers. Before that, we can recall rules of multiplication. Here is the rule. If you multiply any two positive numbers, we get the product in positive. Next one, if you multiply two negative numbers, we get the product in positive. Next, if you multiply one negative and one positive number, the product will be in negative. And last one, if you multiply one positive and one negative number, same, the result will be in negative. These are the rules of multiplication. Next, we can discuss about the properties of multiplication of integers. Tell me now, how many properties are there in multiplication? Do you have any idea about it? The properties are closure property, commutative property, associative property, multiplicative identity, multiplication by zero, distributive property over addition, and last distributive property over subtraction. These are the properties of multiplication of integers. First property is closure property. What is meant by closure property? The product of any two integers is again an integer. For example, minus 3 is an integer and minus 2 is another integer. If we multiply these two numbers, we get an integer as 6. How we get 6 there? Multiply 3 and 2. 3 into 2, 6. What is the rule of two negative numbers? We get the result in positive. Therefore, 3 into 2 is equal to 6. Minus into minus, plus. The answer is plus 6. 6 is an integer. Hence, if A and B are two integers, then A into B is also an integer. Next property is commutative property. In commutative property, let us multiply any two integers in different order and see whether the product are same or not. Clear, children? So, for example, 8 is an integer and minus 4 is another integer. If you multiply 8 and minus 4, we get the result as minus 32. How we get there 32? 8 4s are 32. 8 is a positive integer, minus 4 is a negative integer, plus into minus, minus. Clear? So, plus into minus, minus, 8 into 4, 32. Now, next we can change the order. Minus 4 is first and 8 is second. Multiply these two numbers. 4 8s are 32. Minus into plus, minus. Both the answers are same or both the product are same. Thus, we see that if you multiply the integers in different order, the product are same. Hence, if A and B are any two integers, then A into B is equal to B into A. Here the next property is associative property. Let us multiply any three integers by taking them in different groups and see whether the product in each case is same. For example, minus 8, minus 10 and 9 are three integers. By taking them in different groups, we can check whether the product in each case is same. First case is minus 8 into minus 10 into 9. Here minus 10 and 9 are grouped together. Therefore, the result is 720. In next case, minus 8 into minus 10 into 9. Here minus 8 and minus 10 are grouped together. The result is 720. Now, both the results are same. Clear, children? Therefore, the given three integers, they need not match in the order which they are given. We can group them in easy combination to find the products. Hence, if A, B and C are any three integers, then A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. Therefore, here we can group in any order to find the product in easy combination. Here the next property is multiplicative identity. So let us examine the product of two integers, one of which is 1. For example, if you multiply any number by 1, we will get the same number itself, right children? So minus 5 is an integer. If you multiply by 1, we will get the same integer as minus 5. How we get minus 5 there? 5 into 1, 5, minus into plus, which is equal to minus. Therefore, minus 5 is an integer. Hence, if a is any integer, then a into 1 is equal to 1 into a is equal to a. Here, this property is multiplication by 0. Let us multiply an integer by 0. For example, minus 4 is an integer. If you multiply minus 4 into 0, we get the result as 0. Thus, the product of any integer is multiplied by 0. The result will be 0. Hence, if a is any integer, then a into 0 is equal to 0 into a, which is equal to 0. Here this property is multiplicative inverse. Let us multiply an integer by minus 1. For example, 5 is an integer. If you multiply the integer 5 by minus 1, we get the additive inverse of 5. What is the additive inverse of 5? Minus 5. For another example, if you multiply 6 is an integer. If you multiply 6 by minus 1, we get the additive inverse of 6. What is additive inverse of 6? Minus 6. Hence, if a is any integer, then a into minus 1 is equal to, or minus 1 into a, which is equal to minus a. We get the product in additive inverse. Next property is distributive property over addition. Here we can compute minus 5, 6 and minus 3 in two different ways. In first case, minus 5 into 6 plus of minus 3. Here minus 5 we can write as it is. Then 6 plus of minus 3. What is 6 plus of minus 3? Which is plus 3. So minus 5 into plus 3 is minus 15. In first case, the product is minus 15, and in next case, we can compute minus 5 into 6 plus of minus 5 into minus 3. Therefore, the result or the product is minus 15 in second case. Both the cases are same. Therefore, minus 5 into 6 plus of minus 3, which is equal to minus 5 into 6 plus minus 5 into minus 3. Hence, if a, b and c are any three integers, then a into b plus c is equal to a into b plus a into c. This is called the distributive property of multiplication of integers over addition. Here the last property is distributive of multiplication over subtraction. In this property, if a, b and c are three integers, then a into b minus c, which is equal to a into b minus a into c. Here an example is given. In first case, we can compute minus 9 into 3 minus 2. First, we can remove the bracket. 3 minus 2 is 1. So, minus 9 into 1, which is minus 9. Therefore, a into b minus c is, c of the product is minus 9. And in next case, we can compute minus 9 into 3 minus of minus 9 into 2. So, minus 9 into 3 is minus 27. Then minus 9 into 2 is minus 18. Therefore, we can do the subtraction of minus 27 and minus 18. Then the difference is what? Minus 9. Both the side, the results are same. Hence, if a, b and c are three integers, then a into b minus c equal to a into b minus a into c. Here's the first question of exercise 1.3. In this problem, find each of the following products. Few subdivisions were given there. For these subdivisions, we should have to find the product. Let's discuss the product of these numbers. These are the solution for the subdivisions. First subdivision A, 3 into minus 1, which is equal to minus 3. How we get minus 3 there? Normally we can multiply. 3 into 1 is equal to 3. Then how many negative sign is represented? Only one negative sign. If it is only one negative sign represented, 1 means odd number. Odd means negative sign we can represent it product. 3 into minus 1 is equal to minus 3. For second subdivision, minus 1 into 225. Therefore, 1 into 225, which is equal to 225. So, how many negative signs represented? Only 1. If it is 1, the answer will be in negative. Clear, children? One negative and positive integer means we get the result in negative integer. For subdivision C, 21 into 30. What is 21 into 30? 630. So how many negative sign represented? 2 negative sign represented. So if it is 2 means even number. Even means positive. The result will be in positive. Plus 630. Then for subdivision D, 316 into 1. The result will be 316. So how many negative sign represented? 2 represented. 2 negative sign. 2 is an even or odd? Even number. Even means positive. The product is an positive. Then subdivision E. So if you multiply any number by 0, we will get the result 0. 15 into 0, 0. 0 into 18, 0. Clear? The 0 there it does not neither positive nor negative. Therefore, we should not add any positive or negative sign nearby 0. Then for subdivision F, minus 12. So 12 into 11 into 10, which is 1620. So how many negative sign represented? 3 negative sign represented. If it is 3 negative sign means it is an odd number. Clear? 3 is an odd number. Odd number means the result will be surely it is negative. In subdivision G, we can multiply 9 into 3 into 6, which is 162. How many negative signs were represented? 2 negative signs. If it is 2 means it is an even number. Even means positive. The result is in positive. Then for H, normally we can multiply 18 into 5 into 4, which is 360. How many negative sign represented? 3 negative sign. It is only for multiplication. Clear, children? So 3 negative sign. 3 means odd or even? Odd. Odd is a negative number. Put negative sign at last. Then for I, subdivision I, normally multiply 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, which is what? 24. How many negative sign represented? 3 negative sign. So 3 means even or odd? Odd. Odd means we can put negative sign at last. Then for last subdivision, normally we can multiply 3 into 6 into 2 into 1. The product is 36. How many negative sign represented? 4 negative sign. 4 is even or odd? Even number. Even means put positive sign as product.
Here is a second problem. In this problem, verify the following. 18 into 7 plus of minus 3, which is equal to 18 into 7 plus 18 into minus 3. Clear? Therefore, which property is used here? From this question, what we can understand, there are three integers, 18, 7 and minus 3. These are the three integers in this question. So which operation is used? Distributive property of multiplication over addition. How we can find the solution? Let's come. Here is a solution for subdivision A. First question, 18 into 7 plus of minus 3, which is equal to 18 into 7 plus 18 into minus 3. So here two cases are there. LHS means left hand side, RHS means right hand side. First we can take LHS. In LHS, which is equal to 18 into 7 plus of minus 3. First we can open the brackets. Whatever the number given inside the brackets, we can open it. by solving it, we can open the bracket. So which is equal to 18 into, what is 7 plus of minus 3 addition? One adding one positive and one negative number. What is 7 plus of minus 3? Which is 4. Therefore, 18 into 4 is equal to what? 72. Therefore, in case LHS, the result is 72. Then, in case RHS, splitting of the numbers, which means 18 into 7 plus 18 into 3. Now we can open the brackets. Okay, so 18 into 7, what is 18 into 7? 126 plus of what? 18 into minus 3, minus 54. Clear, children? Normally one addition and one positive and one negative number is there. How we can perform the addition there? 126 plus of minus 54, which is equal to 72. Now both the product are same. 18 into 7 plus of minus 3 equal to 18 into 7 plus 18 into minus 3. Hence verified LHS equal to RHS. This is the solution for subdivision A. Here is a problem of subdivision B. Minus 21 into minus 4 plus of minus 6, which is equal to minus 21 into 4 minus 4 plus of minus 21 into minus 6. So from this question, what you can understand? Three integers are there, minus 21, minus 4 and minus 6. So these integers which is under the operation, which operation is used? Multiplication over addition. So which property is used here? Distributive property of multiplication over addition. So how can we solve this problem? Let's come. Here is a solution for subdivision B. In this problem, we have to verify whether LHS equal to RHS. First, we can take LHS. LHS equal to minus 21 into minus 4 plus of minus 6. So, what is the first procedure? We should have to open the brackets. So, bracket inside minus 4 plus of minus 6. What is minus 4 plus minus 6? What is the procedure for adding two negative numbers? We should have to add the numbers and put greater number sign. So minus 21 into minus 10, which is equal to 210. Therefore LHS is equal to 210. Now we can take RHS. RHS is equal to minus 21 into minus 4 plus minus 21 into minus 6. Now we can remove the brackets. Minus 21 into minus 4, 84. Again plus of minus 21 into minus 6, which is equal to 126. Now we can add 84 plus 126, which is equal to 210. Now LHS equal to RHS. Therefore minus 21 into minus 4 plus of minus 6 equal to minus 21 into minus 4 plus minus 21 into minus 6, which is equal to 210. Now both LHS equal to RHS. Hence verified that left hand side equal to right hand side. This is the solution for subdivision B. So with this we complete the properties of multiplication of integers and few questions from exercise 1.3. We will continue the remaining questions in next session. Thank you.